What's going on, everyone? I don't think much needs to be said on today's price action. So today is the 20th of December. Finally, we got a little bit of a feel good Friday, right? I always try to tell my traders and evolution traders, Fridays, we look for a specific setup of hours that can provide some area of opportunity. If we're fortunate enough to hit one or two winning trades, let's just call it a day, right? Let's just get some type of follow through on our moves to where we can go into the weekend stress free, right? The last thing you want to do is be up $1,000 on the week and then give it all back. The last thing you want to do is be red $500 on the week and blow your account up, especially on a Friday when you have no control to kind of get back into the markets until Monday. First things first, we're at the end of the year. Guys, a lot of big money is shuffling around their books. They're taking off. It's this year is over, right? If you realistically think that you're going to make up for 12 months of the year in the last week and a half of trading, you've got things all wrong. A lot of the work should have been done earlier this year. And right now it's kind of just, what are we doing in terms of getting our business ready for 2025? How much money are we going to allocate towards our business, whether that's buying prop firm evaluations, whether that's getting some of these evaluations that have been passed, paid, activation fees, getting everything set up. What type of position size are we going to use for 2025 that's going to keep us in the game, and kind of building that plan of attack. Now, if we look at today's price action, essentially there was one breakout trade that just never looked back. 30-minute opening range. You can see here on my chart, the 30-minute opening range break was here on this candle. Again, we had that pre-market low. We had a little bit of an indecision candle here in the first 30 minutes. And then truthfully speaking, once we broke this supply zone of the 50-day moving average on a 30-minute time frame, this move continued to just absolutely shred every level of supply going forward. What would be some of the price targets on this particular trade? Well, once we start to break that opening 30-minute range candle, what we need to tell ourselves is what's the next area that we could potentially target. On my chart, that would have been this linear regression, okay? The linear regression channel was sitting at a price of around 478, and the breakout over the 50-day moving average was around 330. Not to say you were going to catch 100 points on the move, not to say you're going to catch 400 points on the entirety of this move here. Again, if you made any money off the open, if you made any money today, congratulations, just kind of wrap it up. It's all about kind of compounding and stacking those days. But essentially everything else is just continuation. So we had one move and everything else is just a continuation of that first initial move. Now, if you look at a 5-minute time frame, and let me switch time frames here for everyone. If you look at a 5-minute time frame, you're going to see that initial 30-minute opening range. Where is it at? It's right here. That initial 30-minute opening range gets broken. I know traders who took this scalp. Again, over that 307, 310 area, they took this all the way into 335, 20 points, they called it a day. And realistically speaking, when you look in hindsight, it looks like, why would you ever get out on this little wick when we did all of this? Because you didn't know that this was going to happen. You did not know that. But a good area to kind of target was once we broke that 30-minute opening range and then we confirmed, you could essentially get into this move and move your stop loss quickly to break even and then kind of let it ride, right? Let it ride. Now, easier said than done. I got into this move multiple times, just kind of scalping momentum along the way. The first trade that I took was just for a quick 5 points on two mini contracts. And then once we kind of pulled back here and I seen that we were holding this 5-day moving average, I got right back in again with 2 more contracts and another 5 points. So a quick $400 day in a matter of these 3 candles, right? That's it. The next trade that I was really looking at was once we broke this consolidation, you can see we kind of put in a little bit of a run up. We consolidated. And then if we broke that high top, we had room to come here. And again, I'm going to play from level to level. I'm not really going to expect this candle to do this, because the more I expect that candle to do that is the day I get wicked in and it pulls all the way back, right? I think that's all happened to us before. So as long as I can see a clear area where I can get in and a clear zone that I can use as a stop loss, again, although this is a wide stop loss, I mean, we had candles that were 40, 50 points. I know that max protection on this trade is here. That if we do come all the way back down and lose that area, then we could potentially be signaling that this move and run is over. But as long as we are holding this move to the upside, we can target that next area of supply. Again, not a whole lot to be said. The market just continued to run. Other than that, all you would basically be looking for is any pullback into support to bounce, any pullback into a rising power trend to bounce, any pullback into a moving average to bounce, any pullback and reclaim to bounce. Now that we're getting here into this 20 period moving average at current time, it's around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard coming out of lunch. Maybe we see a little bit of a pullback to 21,687, but the majority of the day is over, right? Like you should not be trading anymore. You should have found an opportunity somewhere to make some cash. And again, if you didn't, you got to really go back and study the chart. What happens a lot of time on trending days is everyone wants to see the market move in one direction. But once the market starts moving in one direction, you get into this point where you don't trust the move. So then you stop taking trades altogether and you start getting stuck like a deer in the headlights. So again, you have to stick with the trend as much as possible, and you have to stick with the trend until the trend is showing that it is no longer valid, right? So with that being said, if you guys want to trade with me, I got one spot left to join Evolution Traders for the holiday flash sale. That link is down in the description box below. If you guys need any Apex accounts, you guys can use code DAnthony for the best available rate. And with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see all of you guys on the next video.